Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Shout, another lesson. And this lesson is going to be centered around what? The destruction of America that has been ordained to come upon this place according to the will of the Most High. You see, you have, I was watching this podcast earlier from Glenn Beck. One of the brothers sent it to the group chat. And they was talking about how can we reverse the collapse of America? How can we do this and how can we do that? And how can we get it back to what it used to be? It'll never go back to that. It was never meant to go back to that. It was never meant to continue on forever. And this is what you people don't understand. Even Christians who claim to believe in the Bible, they have this sentiment, man. You see, because when you understand what the Christians are all about, they're not about the word of the Most High coming to pass. They're about dogma. They're about false doctrine. You see, us true Christians, you see the true believers of the Messiah, whose true name is Yahweh Shah, we're all about the word of the Most High coming to pass, man. And according to the word of the Most High, he's promised that he's going to destroy this place by way of fire, man. This is what's coming. You see, nuclear missiles are going to rain down upon this place, man, as the Most High has spoken. So we're going to start here in Jeremiah 50. In verse 9, it says what? For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. This is talking about the heathen nations coming up against the land of America, man. You see, when you read about Babylon the Great, that's America. The daughter of Babylon, that's talking about America. You see, you have different instances where you have to have the proper understanding of what's being said in the scriptures to understand that it's talking about America. And the Most High said he's going to cause a great assembly of countries to come up against this place. And it's going to be spearheaded by who? Russia. The Medes, man. The bear. It's not a coincidence that you see these brick nations coming together, assembling the way they're doing, man. Because it's all going to lead up to America being destroyed by way of nuclear fire. And also, the allies of America, you see, are going to also shoot missiles upon this place, man, because the Most High is having it to where this place is being despised amongst the nations, man, as it tells you in prophecy. The world is sick of America. And it's going to get to the point to where they're all going to shoot missiles on this place, as it is written. So Jeremiah 50 and 9, it says what? From thence she shall be taken. Continuing on right here. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And those arrows are talking about the ICBM missiles. You see? That's exactly what that's talking about. Nuclear missiles being shot here to this land. And that goes for every nation that has nuclear, thermonuclear capabilities. Every nation that has these weapons, they're going to fire them here to the land of America. And it's going to be, it tells you why. It says what? Verse 10, the Chaldea shall be a spoil, all that spoil shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Verse 11, because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. And that goes into what? This land has to pay. This country has to pay for what is done unto the Most High's people, unto the Most High's heritage. All the rape, robbery, and murder and atrocities that have been committed against the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, this country has to pay for it, man. And it tells you that in the law. that the land cannot be cleansed by the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of them that shed it. That's in the book of Numbers, man. Go look it up. So this is going to be a great recompense or payback for what this country has done unto our people. You still got people with their hands out talking about some fucking reparations. We don't want reparations. Not in that form. We want it how the Most High is going to give us, man. He's going to give it to us the right way, you see, in the form of justice, man, for everything that's been done unto us. You see? Verse 12 says what? Your mother shall be sore confounded, and that mother represents Great Britain, because that's where America is spawned from, out of Great Britain. You see? It says what? Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. And we see that happening now. Great Britain and America ain't on the same terms that it used to be, that it used to be on, man. Because you have to understand, all the allies of America are turning against this place. And that's according to prophecy as well. Because when you go to Obadiah, you see, because eventually all the allies of America is going to turn upon it. Yep, let's get this real quick. Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The country of America is despised amongst the nations, man. The world hates this place. And when you go into that word for despised, or was it small? Yeah, small, Salakia. Small, insignificant, unimportant. And that's how the heathen nations are beginning to look at America, man. And it's just going to intensify the more we move down this timeline of prophecy. The nations hate America, man. That's why you see all in those different countries, you see them always burning what? The American flag. You see? Now I want to jump down to this point. Verse 7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Those who, the confederacy is what? It's talking about America's allies, man. It says what? Have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, allies, have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in them. And that's what it's all leading to. Because we see how America treats its allies. The allies of America always get the short end of the stick, man. They always get left high and dry when America goes and takes liberty to do whatever they want to do, not even considering their allies. And their allies are fed up with it. Just like when America blew up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. Because we know that's who did it. All these dumbass stories of Russia blowing up their pipeline to fuck up their money flow. That shit makes no sense. America did that shit, man. And guess what it did to America's allies? It left them out in the cold during the winter, man. Had their energy bills skyrocket because of that. And this is the type of shit America does all the time, and their allies are seeing it. And it's just going to continue to multiply, and it's going to end up with what? The allies of America turning upon this place. And we already see one of his allies doing that, man. Turkey. Turkey is hand in hand with Russia already. And they're supposed to be an ally to America. And you're gonna see the trend of more and more of America's allies siding and teaming up with Russia, man. Just watch. Just watch. So we go back to Jeremiah 50, and we're at verse it's further down, Salakia. Yep. Jeremiah 50 and 12, it says what? Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. And that's what the Most High is going to turn this place into. A complete desolation, man. You see, this is the hindermost of the nation. This is furthest west that you can go. This is the land where the sun sets, in the west. And the Most High is going to completely burn it up, everything in it by way of nuclear fire, man. You see? It tells you, verse 13, Because of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. And this is, and when you have the proper understanding through the Holy Spirit, you jump back to Jeremiah 49. This is the same thing the Most High says about Edom. So that's how we know that Edom and Babylon the Great go hand in hand, because it's going to suffer the same judgment. This is the judgment that's being reserved for the Edomites, man. Because when you go right here, Jeremiah 49, and also that Obadiah is talking about Edom, because it says the same thing. It says a few of the same things. Look at that. Because that was prophesy against Edom, right? Prophecy against Edom. Verse 15 says what? For lo, Jeremiah 49 and 15, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. That's the same thing that was said in Obadiah, man. And it's chiefly talking about what? These fucking Americans. Verse 16 says what? Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest exalt thy though thou shouldest exalt thy nest, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And this is why America is about to suffer the greatest fall that the world has ever seen, man. Nothing compares to this great fall that America is about to suffer. Not even the Roman Empire. You see, the Most High had it happen this way just to show his power. And it goes on to say what? Verse 17. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. No man shall abide there, neither shall the son of man dwell in it. And this is the same thing that was said about Babylon, showing you that Edom is synonymous with the daughter of Babylon, because it's going to suffer the same fate. What? By way of fire, man. Going down by fire. This is what's about to happen. America is going down by way of nuclear fire, according to the will of the Most High. The Most High is going to burn this fucking place up for what's being done unto his people, and from all the wickedness that's propagated from this land. You got a whole month coming up next month that's exalting and uplifting the behavior of Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's why this place is going to suffer that same fate. Destruction by way of fire. And there will be nothing left when it's all said and done, man. Now it goes on to say, verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. So all the nations that have nuclear capability, they're going to come up against this place. The bow represent what? The missile silos. That could be silos that's in the ground, or silos that are in submarines, man. But every nation that has thermonuclear capabilities, that have these weapons, they are gonna come up against America. This is how it ends. You see? This is how it ends. It says what? Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And this is why this place is about to suffer the greatest destruction the world has ever seen, man. Because it has sinned against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and continues to do so, and it gets more and more wicked each and every day. So the Most High is going to be fully justified in burning this place the fuck up, man. This is how it's going to play out. This is what everything leads to. Now, we want to jump here to 2nd Esdras, and we're going to start at verse 2. Matter of fact, we'll start at verse 1. It says, 1. 2nd Esdras 16 and 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe unto thee, Egypt and Assyria. And these all represent America. You see? Verse 2. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, which goes into mourning. Bewail your children and be sorry. For your destruction is at hand. You see that? The destruction of America is at hand according to the Most High's will, man. So for all these people who are claiming to believe in the Bible, but you're still talking about God bless America and thinking that America is going to continue on for another 500 years, you don't understand the Bible, man. You don't understand the Most High's will. Let's keep going. Verse 3 says what? A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it hath began to burn? May one turn again the arrow which is shot of a strong archer? And the answer to all those questions are no. No, you can't. You can't stop any of these things from happening once they're set in motion. You see? You can't stop any of these things from coming to pass once they're set in motion. It goes on to say, verse 8, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Exactly, because when it's the time of the day of the Lord, man, all this pride, all this arrogancy is going to be humbled. You people are going to be brought to a very, very low estate. Because great judgment is coming, man. And no one is going to be able to stand before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai except for the elect of Israel. Verse 11 says what? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. There it is. 12. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea ariseth upward waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. The fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. Because once that destruction happens, man, it's going to be such a great destruction. It's going to cause a chain of events to take place. You're going to have tidal waves. You're going to have lands crumbling and breaking apart. It's going to be all out mayhem and chaos once that destruction is unleashed on this earth, man. And it goes on to tell you, verse 13, now listen. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. The bow being what? The missile silos. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp. The arrows represents what? The ICBM missiles. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. And listen to what it says. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Now we know there is no way possible for anyone to shoot an actual arrow from one end of the earth to the other. Because it's not talking about actual arrows, man. It's talking about ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, that are shot from one country or from one continent to another. Say, from Russia to America. And once they begin to be shot, no one is going to turn them back. And they will not miss. They're going to do exactly what the Most High has ordained these things to do, and that's to destroy utterly, man. I have made the waster to destroy. Jeremiah 54 and 16. You see? Verse 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. And the last major plague is going to be what? That nuclear fire, man. The fire... Verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. You see? So that fire is not going to start smoking or burning until everything in America is completely evaporated, man. It's completely dissolved. Everything you see in this place is going to be completely destroyed by way of nuclear fire. There's not going to be anything left. That's why the Most High said he's going to make what? America a wasteland and a desolation. This is what's coming for this place, man. And this is not a game. This is how it ends here in the land of America. So when was this place ever blessed? It never was, man. You just thought it was because what? There was no judgment going forth. But now we're living in a time of great judgment befalling this place. Verse 16 says what? Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. You see that? So nothing is going to stop this from happening, man. This has been set in motion from the beginning, and it will play out just like the Most High says it will, man. America is going to go down by way of nuclear fire, and it's going to burn for a long time. And once it finishes burning, no one will live in this place ever again. This is the fate of America, man. Not this other bullshit that you people are believing is going to happen. No, it's a wrap for this place. And it's been a wrap from the beginning. It's over. Ain't no bouncing back. Ain't no fucking healing the economy. Ain't no we're going to put a new president in and that's going to change everything. No, it's still going to play out just like the Most High said it's going to play out, and it's going to end by way of fire. And it's going to be bad, man. Oh, look at this. Verse 17 says what? Woe is me who would deliver me in those days, because that's how bad it's going to be. Ezra's asking, how am I going to be delivered? And we know how. How are we going to be delivered, man? Lord will not be a part of that number. We're going to be beamed up into those chariots, man. As it tells us, let me see if I can find it on the first go. Let me see real quick. (26 and 20). Slovakia. So, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. This is how we're going to be delivered, man. So it says what? Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors behind thee. And that means what? Being beamed up into that chariot, man. You see? Being taken up into the heavens when the Lord Yahushua returns. Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. And that indignation is what? The Most High pelting this place with fucking 200 million thermonuclear warheads, man. Back to back to back to back. You see? Where is it? Yup. Now listen to this. Revelation 11 and 12, it says, And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is that chariot, the same thing we just read about in Isaiah 26. And their enemies beheld them. Because, hey, if you're not a part of that remnant, you're an enemy, and you're going to be left here in the land of America, looking up at the remnant. You see, going to that chariot to be saved from destruction, that's going to befall you, man. You see, and it tells us what in verse 13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, which is caused by what? Those nuclear missiles. It says what? And the 10th part of the city fell. The 10th part of the city represents the complete destruction of America. Go look at a FEMA map. America split up into 10 FEMA regions, man. You see? So the 10th part of the city fell. So America was completely destroyed. And in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000. And that just represents a complete number of men. It ain't just going to be 7,000, man. It's going to be everyone outside of the remnant. If you're left here on the source of miracles, when those missiles start to fall and you ain't been taken up into that chariot, you're going to be a part of that number, man. And it says what? And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven, because Like it tells us, like the Apostle Peter tells us, the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. So if we be a part of that number, we're gonna barely make it up out of here. And when we finally get up into that chariot, we're gonna be rejoicing, we'll be crying, praising and rejoicing in the Lord. You see, because we escaped this great fire that's coming, man. Because we don't want to partake in that. But this is what it's gonna be. This is what it's gonna be. Oh, verse 14. The second woe is past, which is World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And this is the last world war that's going to be fought on the earth. And it tells us in the book of Isaiah 9 and 5 that what? This shall be by burning, this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. That's how this third world war is going to be fought. By way of nuclear fire. And America is going to be a major recipient of all these missiles that are being built all throughout the earth. And this day is fastly approaching, man. It is fastly approaching. So Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect, man. Hey, this is coming. This is what it's gonna be when it's all said and done, man. This is the Most High's will, and this is what's gonna be done. And so with that, I'm gonna give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Eliakim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.